He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I must confess, that was me.
No, I said it was
something like that. It might as well have been his.
I said that. I must confess, it was just me in a monkey mask.
Yes.
Implied that I was blowing the guy. Not a good one.
What happened? What was the response?
This is what happened.
The applause were a little sparse.
I must confess.
So I jumped in and went, "How we doing, motherfuckers?"
I got it right back.
And I was there too, like, yay! We weren't doing good after that joke.
Motherfucker.
Yay!
You just gotta say motherfucker and shit. Yeah, let's hear it, Philly! Yeah, we're Philly, we're in Philly! Yeah! And they'll cheer.
See, that's why I go wrong, though. Like, when I'm at, like, sports events, I'll go, rivalry is important, but sportsmanship is more important.
Yeah, sportsmanship!
Yeah.
It doesn't quite.
We're going to rock out tonight, but let's remember to be courteous to those around us.
The bottle hits your head.
As it should. Thrown by Ozzy. Oh, am I a fucking... I'm just not a... it's like I'm an eager little fruit. I can't be cool rock guy. I'm eager fruit.
Believe me,
well, you know, because Jim, he's not a rah-rah guy.
Yeah,
he's not, because his stand-up's not about like, hey, give it up for the ladies. You know, come on, ladies, you're smarter than men. He's never been that.
Not even in Darfur would I say that.
He's not one of those guys. He's never been. He's not a fucking. He's just a fucking miserable, angry guy. And you don't want that as like, especially like warming up shows like the Daily Show. I tried doing that. I got fired after like 3. I'm not one of those guys either. But we're just not. Some of the guys are fucking cheerleaders out there. They work perfect with that.
By the way, this is why I love Florentine so much, because he's really good.
Big cock balls.
But who doesn't love that about him? His balls are just heavy. The cock is really not what I would want. But he just knows how to make you feel better. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm such a zilch, but he knows how to take my zilchdom and make it. He can take me from a 0 to a 4, which is, believe me, a big jump.
But I love bringing him right back to a 0. I love that.
Yeah, do you think they're gonna like you? No, they're not.
Shit. You kids have a good time there.
Yeah, we really do, man. His roast was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I was back to the Slayer tour real quick. I was telling Jim, my agent Pete, that's Jim's agent too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did this whole tour for a month. He goes, look, man, bring merchandise out there. You'll sell a ton. You do a meet and greet after the show. He goes, at the big table, and you'll sell a fucking fortune of merchandise. I'm like, this would be great. So I'll bring all my T-shirts. I got these T-shirts, my name on it with some skulls, little thing or whatever. So I go, all right, I'll sell them for $20 at the merch table, and I'll fucking sell a fortune. I'll plug it on stage. What happened was the headliner in these contracts, whoever the headliner is selling their T-shirt for, any opening acts can't sell for lower.
Oh, shit.
So Slayer has T-shirts for $35. So Megadeth and Anthrax can't sell theirs cheaper. So everybody's got to be $35. Now Slayer's got fucking 20 shirts of like classic album covers for $35. Megadeth's got like 15 with Mustaine on it with the fucking hair. Anthrax got like 10, and I had one with Jim Florentine with like 4 skulls in the corner. Okay, I did the math. There was 87,000 people I performed in front of over like 16 shows. I sold 3. 3 T-shirts. I bought a fucking suitcase that weighed like 90 pounds on me. I had to pay extra at fucking baggage for it. I lugged it around the country. God. 3.
That's $105, Jim.
3, and they took a cut.
And they took
their cut.
Wow, that is bad.
But they didn't have CDs, so I sold a lot of CDs because I could sell them whatever I wanted. But 3 T-shirts. I was I was telling my sister we're gonna have to ship more out. Probably have to ship them here. I'm thinking about all of nothing. Nothing.
That makes no sense for someone like, you're a comic, you're not a band. And if somebody wants a Megadeth shirt, they're going to pay $35, even if you're selling yours for $20. They're not going to go, oh, I just want the cheapest shirt here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some logic around that. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
But you don't think your shirt was in high demand?
It was the worst shirt up there by far.
And just one.
Nobody cared.
You didn't have the selection.
It was just in the corner by itself. It was
a sad story. That's sad.
We got a guy in the music business saying your Jimmy Buffett thing is a little wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious. Wayne in Texas. What do you know?
Buffett.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yes, that was Jimmy Cliff, the reggae singer. Oh, sorry.
Wayne.
Yo.
Hey, Wayne.
Yeah, Jimmy does it a little different. He has his own production company, so he'll go in and say he wants to tour 25 shows. Well, he'll bid the entire 25 shows for $120 million. And then his production company comes in there and they price out the production. Their merch split is a 90-10, and that 10% is for the administration and the taxes on it. But he's paid up front $120 million whether they sell one ticket.
Wow. But he gets a piece of the parking and the liquor, too.
No, he doesn't.
That's not what I've heard.
No. Now, like
Jimmy's in the know on this one there, Wayne.
I could be wrong. Wayne may be right, but I just say I
And you were right about the T-shirts. 90-10 is just about 100%.
No, but I mean, if it's for tax reasons,
yeah, that sounds more like a financial.
What they do is their people will sell. So you count it in, you count it out, so they have an accurate number of what's sold, and they take their 10% for tax purpose, for the state tax.
So state tax is one thing. That doesn't. I don't count state tax as a merch split, honestly, because that's you have. There are places now when you get paid at gigs, and they used to never do this, but they actually take out state tax, which makes me very angry. But you will get it back if it's.
Most of the big tours, like Ozzy's tour, U2, Fleetwood Mac a couple of years back, are all AEG Live now. So they just bid the contracts. And like Ozzy probably went into Madison and said, I want to rent Madison Square Garden. And they said, all right, you can have it for $1 million a night. And they'll take the number of seats in Madison Square, the cost of production, the cost of staffing, and they divide it into the seats and say, okay, that ticket needs to be $55. And they work on a 90% sold out ratio. At 90%, everybody starts making money. So they get it on the back end, too.
So I think he's actually, obviously you know what you're talking about, because we were talking when Jim and I sat down, one of the guys who works the garden, we were asking about the curfew, because the union fees for curfews are terrible. And the guy said something about, well, the production company is doing it, we're not paying them, so the curfews aren't the same. So this guy's obviously right. Although I do think that maybe there's something about, I can't say where I know it from, but the person I've heard it from is a very, very reliable source.
Now sometimes, and it probably depends in different states, but if there is a liquor control, you can, just like merch, you can count the amount of bottle of liquors in, and then you have to count it out at the end of the night, and it's a contracted, cut after that 90%. It's all kind of on the back end. Unions kill your deal, because if you go over or late, or it takes 5 hours to load out, that union clock never stops.
Right.
So they're always cutting riggers and cutting sound production guys to cut that back end cost down to make more money.
What's the
Ozfest this year? Ozfest last year was bid out at $70 million, the entire festival, and then bands that joined to play had to pay to play on Ozfest.
Right.
So, Ozzy makes a ton of money.
Do you work, because obviously, I could, look, if I'm wrong, I'll do my homework. If I am wrong, I'm wrong, because obviously you know what you're talking about. Do you work for, let's just say, a production company, or what kind of work do you do? Because you certainly know.
All right.
Hello?
Wayne?
We didn't hang up. That's obviously a disc. Call back, Wayne, if you hear this.
He's dead.
Maybe he did. He's like, I gotta go. I don't want to talk. I want to know. I want to know what the fines are.
No, I wasn't trying to call him out. I think he's obviously knows.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I want to know what the fines are once they go over curfew, because I've heard like $5,000 a minute or $10,000 for the first 5 minutes if you go over it. That's at venues like PNC, Garden, and anything like that.
Who's on the stopwatch?
Oh, they are.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I know they
Dude,
are.
Tony Dennis, who's Ozzy's assistant, ran out, because Ozzy was going along, ran out, and at one point he whispered to him. And then Ozzy did the next to the last song, and right before he did the final encore, Tony ran out again and spoke to him, and Ozzy went, okay, and he put his hand out, and boom, they went right into the song. Whereas normally Ozzy would build that final song a little bit. He built it.
Cuts into the profits.
Yeah.
But he literally, I think Tony
Really
probably
fast.
said, you got 4 minutes, let's go. Tony probably told him,
Damn.
now you're in a time crunch, and he literally just... But you didn't lose out because he did the song the same.
Sure.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah.
just like the build up to it, he kind of
Just
cut
to
in
save
half.
the
Like, this is
money.
how much time you have,
Yeah.
and then you start losing
Right.
thousands of dollars. You want to get that out of the way.
And then
yeah.
Sharon gets that bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's not going to be
What the
happy.
fuck were you doing?
Yeah,
Would you? I would really not want her hollering at.
the stage when you're losing money,
Yes.
Ozzy.
Yes.
I never get there was, I think it was a K-Rock event like 8 years ago at PNC, one of those whatever fucking things they have with all the bands on, and Limp Bizkit was big at the time, and they were supposed to go on like 6 o'clock when it was still light out, and Fred Durst was pulling some shit that he didn't want to go on during the day. But meanwhile, they had Creed, Ozzy, Stone Temple Pilots after. So I mean, you had some big bands after. So he said he was stuck in traffic, so everybody had to wait, and Sharon was running the whole thing. They got there, they went on late, and he wouldn't get off the stage, and Sharon fucking unplugged the electricity on the stage and shut down everything. Because
Really?
he was going over
Yeah,
on his
legendary
time.
story, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I was
Sharon
at that
fucking-
show.
That's
The fucking mic just went out, and
hardcore.
fucking Fred just whipped
Oh,
it
you
down.
saw it live.
Oh, yeah, I was at that show,
Was
yeah.
I with you, dude? Because I was at Ozfest.
No, it was like
Oh,
one of them
okay.
K-Rock shows
Oh,
or something like
Wayne,
that.
Wayne's back. Wayne.
Yo.
Hey,
sorry about
buddy.
that.
Jimmy, what were you asking him when his phone knocked out?
Because you obviously know what you're. Are you in production, or I mean, you might not want to say who you work for, but what kind of work do you do?
I own a production company,
Okay.
and I work for a management company.
Wait, what is the? This is what we wanted to know too. What is the fine for? Because I was. Did you hear me just saying how Tony ran out to talk to Ozzy while he was on stage?
No.
Because as Ozzy, it was like 11:15. It was getting late, and Tony Dennis, who's Ozzy's the only guy that can be on stage besides the band, who will like run out and put his water, ran out and whispered to him a couple of times in between songs, and Ozzy, you could see, wanted to wrap up. What would the fines be if you went over curfew?
Well, it's not really a fine. It's just an additional cost. You know, Madison Square, like Nokia there, and New York City's fucked for the entertainer because
Yeah.
it's all union controlled. From the time you fucking get there to the time you load in, they've got to have a
shakedown.
hour lunch break, and there's got to be. They can't. If it takes 4 guys to fucking load in shit, you need 10
Yep.
for the union. And
That's
so everything is, you know, it's a profit and loss. It's a profit and loss. So they have to be cut and done by, let's say, 11 p.m. If Ozzy decides he wants to sing an extra song, God bless his soul, and he does, and they don't clock out to 11:15. Well, that's another hour per employee per union guy.
So, you know,
I see. Okay.
I just got a text that said if someone goes over a minute, you might as well do the whole hour.
So it's a whole hour they got to charge for.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's 11:01, it's 1 hour.
Jesus Christ. And for 10 guys that do the job of 4, it's
I
just
know.
no underwear fuck.
Do you know
That's exactly what I was
and
saying
look,
earlier.
And I think unions are really important, but this is where I hate them because Kenny a lot of times in certain venues he'll run out to set the stool or put something on the stage, but they have a
Shits
guy
on the
that does
stage.
that. He shits on. No, I do that as soon as I walk up. But they won't let Kenny do it.
Production for Aussie is huge. So you've got to have a certain amount of electricians, you've got to have a certain amount of riggers, you've got to have lighting guys, and they've all got to be.
Don't worry, don't
Hello?
mind me.
He's gone again.
Yeah, Wayne
He's
keeps
got a
cutting
bad
out.
phone.
I just
The unions keep cutting them off. You don't
I
want to
know.
go over.
Yeah. I just got a text from my agent who works with a lot of bands, and you know he knows all the money these guys make, and he said that you go over by 5 minutes, you pay expenses for a full hour. So maybe it's 5 minutes.
So they give you like a little.
They give you a little
grace
leeway.
period.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Pete's just using common speak and say you go over by 5 minutes, you lose a whole hour.
Now, do the employees stay till midnight if they go to 11:06? You know what I mean? No, they're gone at
No, they're
fucking
gone,
11:10, so
but
they get paid for the rest of the
They'll
fucking
take
hour.
the money. Yeah. yeah.
Oh, I disagree.
We would
Jim.
all take that deal, though, Jim.
I
mean, who are you
Yes.
kidding? You're the guy
I
that
fucking-
stays because they paid you?
Absolutely. I would unplug the electricity like an
I'm
airplane just
staying,
to
yeah.
prolong the show.
I'm staying because I'm a good employee.
Yes.
Fuck, I wish Sharon was here. I would love to ask her about that
Oh,
show.
she'll talk about
Of
that
course
shit.
she will. She's fucking brutal. I would love to hear her talk about that.
Oh yeah, ask if you ever ask her
That
about
little
that.
wanker. Oh, would she fucking? She really. She has
Oh,
some
she
pull
wouldn't
punches.
mince words.
One more try with Wayne. Wayne, your phone sucks today.
Yes,
brother.
Wayne. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I'm on a tour bus going from Michigan to Ohio. So
Hey, who are you doing today? Or you
Yeah.
can't
What?
say?
What? Yeah, you can find what band?
I've got a little punk rock band called Forever the Sickest Kids. We're doing a little Christmas pageant.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
Christmas pageant.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, man. It was very informative. I'm going to check my facts and see if maybe I'm wrong about Jimmy, but I was just told that by a fairly reliable source. But if I'm wrong,